Welcome to the channel, guys. If you're new here, I go out every single day and search for new critters underwater, new species that I've never filmed or even seen before. So consider subscribing if you like this video. And you know, if you're already a long-time subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate you a lot. So right now I'm in Basay still, just like last episode. We made a road trip down the coast from Darwin to do some exploration dives at this big sanctuary, because nobody really dives here. It's really unknown what's here. So you ready, monkey? You're not invited. All right, let's go diving. He's giving himself a selfie.
Critter hunter.
So the last episode, we drove down here to Basay and we checked into this little resort called Fun to See. And it's a really nice little resort right on a really nice beach, actually. Didn't even know it was like that here. And we drove around all day looking for dive sites, getting permission, stuff like that, and we did a dive. That's what we did in the last episode. In this episode, we're tired. You know, we were up at 3 in the morning, did the 2-hour, 3-hour road trip, did the dive, all that. So we're gonna do a dive now right here at the resort, right out front. And I'll show you that in a minute because it's a really nice beach, but nobody has any idea what's out there. We talked to the resort people, they don't know, but it's such a nice entry, such an easy, you know, our cars are already here. Gear, Tony.
Hi.
So we're just gonna jump in the ocean. We were gonna take a nap, but there's like a scheduled brownout. We can't get away from those. The scheduled brownout in Darwin is tomorrow. Yeah. Today it's here, or in Basay it's today. So anyways, Finn is grabbing a coffee. I'm gonna go show you the beach. Sir Pin Pan.
Have to get coffee, man. It's so hot.
You're looking sunburnt as well.
Yeah, look at that. Like a red lobster now.
So I told the peeps we were up at 3 in the morning, driving all day, diving all day, freaking boulder hopping. So
monkeys flying.
Monkeys. And so we're just gonna go do an easy dive right here in front of the hotel.
Yeah.
It might be epic though. We don't know. They said it's just sandy and dirty, and that's like, that's our favorite. They don't know what they're talking about. So Fran will have his little 3-in-1. And then we'll
made 3-in-1.
You guys have matching shirts.
Yes, sir. Uniform, sir.
Oh, it looks like Phil's.
Yeah, I'm intern.
He's the intern. This beach is insane, and it's huge. We got it all to ourselves. I have no idea where we're gonna dive though. Just straight out, I guess. Nobody knows what's out there. Nobody could tell us. They just figure it's all sand for when they go snorkeling. So I guess that's it. We'll get geared up. It's gonna be the easiest entry ever. Did you guys see last episode? Worst entry ever. It's gonna be a relief to have an easy one today. But then again, we don't know if we're gonna find critters, so fingers crossed.
You need to drink water.
Hello, Judea. Are you the water girl?
Yeah.
What happened to your head?
It's
Did the electricity go out when you were in the shower?
the electricity is back.
In our house?
Yeah.
I think the AC knocked out the generator.
I wanna go, but the electricity now is back.
Oh, the actual electricity? Score.
Yeah, the electricity is back now.
You ready, Sir Kuya? No. Let's go dive. Well, straight away on this dive, I thought we were gonna have to just end it. The visibility was horrible. As you can see here, I'm right behind Finn, but I could barely see him. There's no way we were gonna find some critters, but we kept diving straight out. And this is what it looked like though. The bottom, it's like the Sahara Desert. There's nothing to look at and super shallow. We had to go so far. Just everywhere we went, it was more of this, We just hoped that if we went far enough, we'd see something. There was an occasional critter like this seahorse floating in the sand, but that's about it. Even lit, look, 16 minutes and I'm still at 9 meters, even though we were swimming really far. It just wasn't getting deeper. And when we turned around, the current started going against us. And as you can see here, Finn is like putting his stick in the floor and pulling himself forward while he kicks. And I'm doing the same thing, just stabbing my stick into the ground and pulling forward. It's just such hard work. But we're so far from shore at this point and only like 9 to 11 meters deep. It's just a long ways to go. And we're glad it's only been about 25 minutes into the dive because we just had to turn around. But all of a sudden we ran into a little tiny octopus. You can see the landscape hasn't changed. Here's Finn filming it. But we ran into the octopus, so that's alright. It's a little tiny coconut octopus, but he's such a little tiny baby that he's not big enough to hold coconuts. So this guy's using little seashells as a house. It's kind of cute. And you know, to be honest, if we hadn't found this guy, we wouldn't have found anything. So I guess he kind of saved the dive, made it all worth it. We were super tired from fighting that current and not seeing anything, so this guy was a huge relief. You can see he kept popping out of the shell, grabbing little crabs, then going back in. Then he would remember we're there and try to put a roof on his house to hide. He had also turned pure white, and it would look pretty funny. Here he put the roof on his house, but it's upside down. Usually he cupped them together to make a little ball, but he kind of did it backwards. And now he's perfectly inside his little house, just peeking out. He would do that for a while, and, you know, poke his little eyeballs out. And then he would get out, walk for a while, and then go back in, just like that. We only could stay so long because, well, we were so far out from shore that we had to go back. But it was nice to be able to film this guy for once. Luckily, he was only about 7 meters or so. And, well, even though we had to turn back and get home, this guy kind of saved the whole dive. I don't see very many coconut octopus in Darwin, and this is Finn's first, so it was such a cool little find, and, well, it made a horrible dive pretty much worth it. And now, well, we're done filming him. We have a long 2-kilometer swim back to shore. But, like I said, finding this little guy made it all worthwhile. We'll just be tired in the morning. So, how about last night's dive? Crazy, huh?
So many aspects that could have gone wrong. If it was different divers, we took some rash decisions. We're trying to navigate underwater. We didn't know which direction. It went up a few meters, then went down.
Let's start at the beginning. So we got in not knowing. I mean, it's just an exploration dive, and we swam for like 1.5 kilometers out to sea because
and it was taking
so
us out, straight out, not down the coast or up the coast.
The current hit us. It was going with us, so it was nice. But we ended up going like 1.5 kilometers, maybe 2 kilometers. And then we're like, you know what? It's gonna really suck turning around.
Well, that's when we
current.
hit the side current.
Yeah, a side current hit us. We're like, all right, we gotta go back now because
that's dangerous.
On top of that, we didn't see anything. It was so sandy, no rocks, nothing to look at. We saw a seahorse and a few other little things, but we weren't seeing much. Zero visibility. And then on the way back, we saw an octopus, and our other friends said, just go ahead. And me and Finn and Alex stayed probably 30 minutes filming this little tiny coconut octopus in the shell, and that was awesome. That if it wasn't for that, that would have been horrible. But then we got down to enough air where we needed to start going back, and then it started getting hairy because we didn't know where we were. The visibility was horrible, So when we went up to our 5-meter safety stop, we can't see the bottom to navigate. We can't see the top. You know, it's like the Sahara Desert. There's absolutely no landmarks or any way to orientate ourselves.
And we're doing the safety stop while not seeing anything and current taking us. So we didn't even want to swim at that point. We want to finish the 3 minutes, because if we're swimming wrong direction, we're backtracking.
And we already knew we were really far from shore. Like I said, like 2 kilometers. So
it's
Finn
scary. Just
looks at his...
everybody's waiting, when does it go? And then we go up, man.
Yeah, so luckily I kind of was watching my GPS on my computer when we went out there, so I knew what direction to come back, 31 degrees to shore.
Yeah, I remembered that, but Alex was like, no, it's this way. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure it's 30 degrees. So
Alex
another panic kicked in.
So in Darwin, it's always on our left or right shoulder, there's a slope going to shore. There's always a slope, no matter what dive site. But here, it's just completely flat. Don't know where we're going. And then we couldn't see the bottom, so couldn't see the ripples or anything like that.
Well, the main panic kicked in when we were at 10 meters, then we'll keep steady climbing up, went to 8 meter. And then we went back down to 10 meters. And I was like, Alex, why are we at 10 meters now? Where are we going? And they were like, okay, let's stop for a while, take a decision, let's go to a safety stop and surface and get our bearings.
So basically what he was saying, we're going along the bottom and we gained 2 meters instead of lose 2 meters. So he's like, we're going parallel, not towards shore. And then I looked at my computer, I was like, yeah, we gotta go that way. And Alex is like, no, we gotta go that way. And I'm like, no, look at my computer, or I know, let's go that way. So we just surfaced, or we did our that's when we started our safety stop.
Middle of the ocean.
Who knows where we drifted during the safety stop, but
yeah.
I kept saying, no, that way. And I was right, but when we surfaced, we were 2 kilometers probably from shore. And we're like, oh my God.
Swimming against the current.
With the big cameras. We had a long surface swim to get back to the beach. That was rough.
At least 30-minute swim.
But we're both, I don't know, we're sitting here in paradise. We weren't mad at all. We knew this is an exploration dive and a whole new site, no information. And we're just sitting on paradise having the nicest beach ever, having a beer. And we're glad we got this experience and figured out the navigation and stuff, and
makes us a better divers.
Yeah. And then
we dive that an experience, even though we don't recommend it, but for the future.
Yeah, we're not gonna go back there, but we also like exploring new sites that nobody's been to. And on top of that, we found your first coconut octopus.
Yes.
And we spent so much time. I'm sure you got some good photos and videos.
Tons.
So yeah, awesome day. Tired dive. Sorry there wasn't as many critters in this episode, but it was a good exploration.
Next one, we're going to the MPA.
We're getting ready now. We're going to a whole different marine protected area here in Basay.
We just got the clearance as well.
Oh yeah, we had to go get permission yesterday. We got kicked out, had to go somewhere else. So it's gonna be an awesome one. Make sure to subscribe. See you tomorrow.
Peace.